at a blotto. In fact, I'm not. It's my first of the day. Oh dear. I'm a lightweight as me. Yeah, oh well, it's all getting a bit crazy, isn't it? It appears that people aren't that happy with Brexit, it seems. Well, anyway, this is a random stream. I thought, oh no, I'll go live. I'm actually going to be doing a little bit of practical work as well, because I've got some things coming from Amazon. So I'm going to upgrade my computer that I use for my other stream, for my Wally Bar, so I can for my woodworking stream. So I'm going to put cameras in different places of the workshop. That's my plan, so bit by bit. So I'm going to be installing a USB 3 card in the PC that I use in this workshop. But I also want to talk about what's been going on as well regarding people's opinions on Brexit. There's been some surveys, you know. Hello there, Sir Larry the cat. I hope everyone is well, and hope the sound is okay, because I'm just using my mobile phone today to do this stream, because I'll have to take the computer out to do what I want to do. So I can't use the computer. No, not my computer. No computers to be used today, apart from the computer that's in my phone, I suppose. So, yeah, Stu K, I hope you're well. We've got Tony Vert, Sir Larry the cat, and I don't know what that means, but there you go. Are they just random? I see the Jerry. Are they just random letters? Okay, maybe, I don't know. So, the computer in question is that one. Yeah, there's a computer behind there, and it needs to be upgraded so I can do my live streams on my woodworking channel, which is this channel here. So not the channel that we're on at the moment, obviously, because we're talking on Allshorts. So the idea being is that we can have cameras in different positions of the workshop. So I can have one here. I can have one over there. There, the saw. Look, I'll show you, but it's a right mess at there because I've been ripping things about. But yeah, there you go. Over there, the saw. Over there, wobble, wobble, wobble. And that saw over there. I want that saw over there as well. And then the overhead camera, which goes over the top of the bench. It's about 4 cams I want to put in there. But I can't do that without upgrading the computer. So I'm going to be doing that as well. While we're talking about stuff regarding Brexit. It seems so relevant. Especially that Keir Starmer's kind of... well, is he coming out the closet? No. No. I know Nandy hasn't either, has she? No, definitely not. None of them. They ain't come out of the closet and they're still towing the old Brexit line as it's some kind of miracle. Well, it'll be a miracle if we can make it work, because there is no making Brexit work, but you know that. So I'm going to be chucking things inside my computer. So we'll pull it apart, put it back together again, and hope for the best that it'll work again. That's what I usually do. Yeah, that's what happened the other week when I was fixing my projector. Yeah, for the lounge. That's lots of bits in there, you see. You think they got all fall out and stuff, but it didn't. And it worked. Thank God for that. But yeah, it's been some interesting articles about it. There's been a couple in The Guardian recently, including the survey, and it appears that our European neighbours, well, if you ask Germany, for instance, they'll be saying, no, in danger. No, they wouldn't be very happy to have Brexit now. Most member states in the EU now are looking upon the UK, and it's like it's a control subject. It seems it's a complete a mess. It seems you've got to control your borders for a start. Hence, problems you see in Northern Ireland. Now there is some talk about whether or not the Brexit bill will actually go through. There's some talk that it might be shelved to try and keep relations with the EU. Maybe. It's whether or not Richie Sunak, I suppose, can actually fend off. As what's that? Keir Starmer puts it. What did he put it? Oh, there we go. Here goes my compressor. The Brexit purists. Well, he named him a cult, didn't he? A cult. I think that's probably about right. That's quite a good explanation for him. But no matter what he says, there is no making Brexit work. So, unless his idea of making Brexit work is closer alignment, and that was mentioned today. I've mentioned in every video I talk about this subject. It will turn off in a minute, don't worry. But every video every video I've made on that subject, how often have I brought up about the European Court of Justice? Thank you. Quite often. I mention it quite a lot, don't I? And it's you can't get away from the fact that without any kind of alignment with the European Court of Justice, well, we ain't going to get any kind of preferential treatment, are we? Well, it'll be preferential treatment anyway. We won't get any kind of treatment because there's no way the European Union is going to allow the single market to be undermined by not having any jurisdiction over trade within the European Union from third countries. It's just not going to happen. So, yeah, and I suppose at the end of the day, also with the Northern Ireland Protocol, isn't even fully implemented, is it? They started making... I can remember they started building the infrastructure in Northern Ireland, and all of a sudden, oh, nope, it halted. There's some threats, so they got halted. Didn't happen. No. So anyway, before I go any further with this, don't forget tomorrow night at 8 p.m. My time, so it'll be at 7 o'clock your time. I think it'll be 8 p.m. my time. I will put it in the computer chat, but it will be about around 8 p.m. I believe. My time, so it's 7 p.m. BST. I'll get there in a minute, but I'll be starting my crazy kind of idea about doing sketching while we're talking about that person and politics in general. It's a bit of a mad idea. It might be a complete and utter mistake. I don't know, because I've only just started drawing again, and it's I haven't drawn for like 30 odd years. Last time I drew anything other than doing little bits and pieces for the kids, the last time I drew anything was literally before I met the missus. It's their fault I stopped. But I used to draw a lot, you see. And then since I've got this electronic device, I've been doing a lot of digital kind of sketching. Now it's not AI, like what was it, DAL-E, something, where you can put your idea into the computer. And you can ask the computer on this bit of software, on this online site, you say, I want a Picasso style of whatever. Maybe, I don't know, a Picasso style GIMP. Bring out the GIMP. Maybe, I don't know. And I'll draw it for you. And it's absolutely amazing, really. Although it does look a bit, for me, it looks a bit artificial. It's, how to put it? Well, I suppose it's impressionism, AI impressionism, but it's still amazing, I have to admit, and it's got to put a lot of people out of work, you know. This chat GPT thing, GTW, whatever it is, yeah, that's going to put a hell of a lot of people at work. Copywriters, for instance, that put them out of work. Now, I guarantee you, there's a website called Fiverr. And you can go on this website called Fiverr, you can pay people whatever they're asked, because it's not always a Fiverr, and you get them to write content for you. So they'll write content for you, whether it be about Brexit, whether it be about politics, about anything, and they'll write you, say 500 words, 1,000 words, or how many, you're basically paying for. It's actually very, very cheap. But I bet they're loving this, with this chat GPT. Yeah, the AI algorithm thing, where that'll basically write an essay. It's crazy. You stick your macros in there and basic what you want, and it'll write a 1,000-word essay for you. It's amazing. I've been playing about with it, and I have to admit, it's brilliant. It does make mistakes, so you really got to know what you're talking about before you actually. You can't ask it to do things for you. Put that anyway. That's ChatGPT. That's not what this is about, is it? No, it's not about the man either. So yeah, there's a. Oh, crikey. I was reading something in the Guardian that says, what's that here? From political dysfunction to economic turmoil. Are you feeling it? Because I know I am. The evidence of Brexit as a great problem creator, it is all around. Yeah, we're all feeling, we're a loss of GDP and God knows what else. Look at our growth. Other countries are... Well, they're recovering, and the UK is trying to make out, we're recovering now, 0.1% growth. And see, what was it, -2, or was it -4%? Can't remember the top of my head, I think it's -2 actually, percent growth. It's either growth or it's not. It's not growth. No, that's nothing. That's like, you could put 0.1% down as an anomaly, and they say, yes, it's so great, we've got growth. Yeah. When you're flat on your face, I suppose that's the only way, is up. So there you go. So it says, no wonder the European support for leaving the European Union. Blair Witch. There you go. Blair Witch Project there, you see that? Yeah. Ooh. Right, so no wonder anyway that the EU member states and the people within, European citizens on the continent, are saying to themselves, We don't want Frexit. No, they say, no, we don't want Grexit. Or any other kind of exit, or, you know, Nexit, any of them. No, I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, they say, no, we don't want that now. Because it's a complete and utter mess. You just look what's going on in the United Kingdom. I think we're better together. That's what they're saying. Pretty much. Can you blame them? I know I don't. So, so we've been seen as giving something back now to the European Union member states and the people of, yeah. They're thanking us, they are. They're saying, we're good Europeans at last, yeah. Nearly 7 years after the vote. And no, I did not put the cross in the wrong box, you know that. Yeah, I'm not that mad. I think they've got some common sense. Unfortunately, common sense isn't particularly common anymore. No. So Britons are finally doing their bit for the European Union, diligently and dogged devotion to duty. Yeah. Okay, all that, you know. Oh, my dad would be turning his grave when he was in the war. How old's your dad? Probably never was in the war, he was a kid. We are strengthening the ties that bind the 27 remaining nations of the European Union. Yes. I know the Brexiters will disagree. I know you get the Daily Mail that finds some kind of crap and publish that in some sleazy old article. And the Telegraph. Oh my God. They'll all be at it to try to undermine what is fact. They don't like facts. Facts are like mathematics. They're facts. I like facts. And you know what I also like is the fact that I can rub their faces in it. I don't like the fact that the United Kingdom is suffering, because obviously my family's there and you guys are there and stuff like that, and people are suffering for no reason whatsoever other than dogma politics. You know, just want the Brexit, that's what they want. Oh, that's what they want, yeah. But no, it's mind-numbing. A loss of human rights, which is in my video today, and it's quite frankly, it actually really saddens me, actually, because, you know, I know we've, as a country, or as a United Kingdom, or when it was England, or wherever, you know, our past is a bit dire, really. And as far as human rights are concerned, we tend to shy away from the truth. Yeah, we've pretty much always been human rights abusers. But in the 20th century, I think we've improved somewhat. And, no, 21st century. But yeah, and now we've got Brexit. And the things we're inflicting human rights abuses on our own people. That's what we're doing. By removing their rights. Your rights. That's what's happening. And according to the Human Rights Watchdog, I don't know if you saw my video about it, a Human Rights Watchdog, they're saying that the United Kingdom's getting close to being put onto the list of countries that are as human rights abusers. I know they're not chopping people's heads off and stuff like that, are we? Like in Iran. You know, and that's not going down too well, is it? I feel sorry the guy who had his head chopped off, really. Yeah. I suppose he's not feeling the pain, no. Oh, it's horrible. Can you imagine it? Oh, I don't want to. Oh, scary. Scary. Anyway, I'll ignore the chat, look. There we go. Live chat. There we go. Up. Come on. Up, chat. Oh, come back. Hello, MadMonk33. I hope you're well, buddy. Oh, there we go. It's back again. I don't know what... It disappears. The chat... I'm using my phone, you see. It disappears. It comes back with just one thing on it. I know there's more than that. And Simon says, 55, Brexit is about as good as King Charles II and his sausage fingers. Yes. Lovely critter, isn't he? And it appears that little old Harry might have enough material for another book. But he reckons if he publishes that, his family will never speak to him again. Do you honestly think they're going to speak to him now? I'm going to listen out on Audible, I got to. I think that's going to be really good. On Audible. So Brexit is about as good as King Charles II. You're not wrong. Hello, Mad Monk. Nice to see you. And Ginger's Dross. Arr, the brothers Grimm and couldn't have put together a better group of monsters. No, they couldn't. The Tory pub. Hello, number 3. I hope you're well. And Slayer? Aha! At least he had fun at the party. King? Bonjour. Bonjour or bonsoir. Number 3. BCA says, we are neutral. Neutral we are. Oh, we're neutral. Human rights abusers are nothing new in the... No, I'm not saying they are. Read about the hooded man in the 1970s in Northern Ireland. I don't know about that. Sorry, I don't know that one. I will have a look at that later. The hooded man, that sounds ominous. Is that a guy who wears a hood? You know? No? Is it the Ku Klux Klan or something? I don't know. Hello, Wim. Hello to you too. And Peter Stewart. Evening all. Evening all. Hi all in the chat. Hi Marcus, says Alistair Kerr. Hello to you too, buddy. Don't forget we're going live tomorrow as well. Should be about 7 p.m. BST. You have to wonder what Harry has held. But I know he's pretty laid out there, isn't he? You know, the fisticuffs with his brother. Oh, his brother locked me out. He did. Oh, he didn't like me. Things I've been saying and stuff. He knocked me out, but I'm a good boy. I didn't fight back. You see. Yeah, it's all about the red mist and that, or something like that was going on about the red mist. But that was, yeah, I'll be absolutely honest with you. I actually think Harry's been relatively sincere, but he's obviously got his motives. Whether it's that way of him getting that out of his system and to talk about it or whatever, or it's to make some money. He's got to make money at the end of the day, hasn't he? He's probably got no dough anyway, but he's not be funny. They don't exactly want the royal family decided not to supply him with any. Was it about $5 million a year for the security? Well, so the royal family's put him into that position, I suppose. How would they feel if so one of the grandchildren got kidnapped or something? Oh, my missus is calling. I'll answer and say hello. Caroline, can I talk to you later, my love?
Okay.
Because I'm live at the moment. So hello.
Hello. I just wanted to show you got a Christmas present from Stefan.
Oh, have I? Oh, that's a belated Christmas present. I do apologise, people. Oh, very good. Oh, that's very me. I've got a lumberjacket. Lumberjacket.
When will you be finished?
Oh, when the light goes back. The light back on again. I've got a problem with the Blair Witch project here. Yeah. When it'll be finished? I don't know. I've only just started.
All right. Well, Matt's gone to sleep. I thought I'd just call you. But
Oh,
that's all right. I'll call you later. Bye.
I'll see you later. I do apologise. Oh dear. To it random. That was random. That's the missus. She's in the UK at the moment visiting the family. I try and stay away from the UK if I can help it. Scroll down. I got a Christmas present. That's my son. He's got me a lumberjacket. I like my lumberjacket. It's a good job and all because my old one's gone a bit, how to put it, a bit rubbishy. It was a cheap one off the market. It was. So hello, the cat says hello, Marcus's missus. Oh, I'm glad it didn't interfere with the with that, folks. Obviously, they're linked together. These two phones are. So I'll scroll back up again, and then I've got to grab my computer and I'll start ripping it to pieces. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm going to be fitting a card. Let's have a look. Should we get it out? Let's have a look what's in there first. While we're talking about stuff and upgrading my computer that I use in this workshop. That's what I'm going to do. Nothing that interesting, really, unless you've never seen it done before. I've done it so many times. Oh, it's a box within a box. Have you noticed how? See that box? They could have just sent that, couldn't they? On its own. That. Just that would be. Stick a big label on it. Maybe wrap it or put it in an envelope or something. But no, you get that. Yeah. That don't make any sense to me. Oh, hang on. There was a cable as well, though. But even so, I mean, half that size, couldn't it? You know. Volume costs money. Ask a prostitute. I mean, what means that? Oh, damn me. Ask a logistics company. That's it. That's what I was about to say. So I've got another cable. as soon as we put a camera, the idea is in this workshop we're going to be putting 4 cameras, and that's for my woodworking live streams. And I've been trying to do them every day, weekdays, sort of Monday to Friday. I can't do it every single day because I want to do streams on this channel as well. So that's my card. I need to earth myself quickly. Touch some steel, iron, which happens to be earthed. It's plugged in, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Make sure I've got this static in my body. I don't wear nylon, yeah. Especially those like Y-fronts you get. Not Y-fronts, I don't wear Y-fronts. God's sake, Y-fronts. Those boxes with the stretchy ones. So that's what it is. It's just a 5A USB 3.1 card. And we're just going to put that inside the PC. The thing is though, the PC is actually over there and it's on. Oh, there. My friend Nick Nimmin on there. So, we're going to... I've got to get that. I'll tell you what, 120, I'm just going to shut it down. Let's shut the PC down. Shut down. See you later, PC. It's going. Blue screen, blue screen. Things, if you take a look at the surveys, a Europe-wide survey on popular opinion whether or not it's a good idea to leave the European Union or not. I'm going to say in the EU, not for obviously for the UK because you already left. Hopefully one day that might change, but I just can't see it at the moment. I know I've said it several times, I just can't see it at the moment. I can't see any politician doing complete and utter U-turn on it. I really can't. I wish they would, obviously, or at least try. At least we might get some kind of closer alignment. That's got to be a better idea than what we've got at the moment. It's just got to be. It's crazy. But I'm fairly confident if there was the idea that if there was the feeling that the government's going to say okay then. Let's rejoin the European Union. Well, you know what they're going to ask, don't you? Oh, okay then. Well, you're going to have to join the Eurozone as well. Oh, it'll be lost to the pound, wouldn't it? The sterling. Ain't going to go down very well. And then you obviously won't be able to control your own inflation very easily either. Because you won't have control of the pound. Only as a block. So, that be gone. Oh dear. Sovereignty and all that. That's what they'll tell us. Sovereignty. I never said centre, I said heart and soul. Brexit about as good as King... Oh, I've done that already, yeah. King Charles, scroll down again. Oh, God, get him. Oh, there's food down there. Smash the like button, you'll please do, yeah. Boot the old like button. It really helps the channel, you know. Get rid of the pound. Jasper, I liked your suggestion. I was looking at some of them. I've got a name now. Oh, you mentioned the cartoonist on previous stream, and I have to admit that was quite a good idea. Yes, good ideas. I looked at him. It's really good. I didn't even know about him. He's really good. I'm an artist, sort of political artist. Obviously, I'm not as good as that. We're nowhere near. What am I drinking? I am... Oh, you got Old Speckled Hen. God, I miss Old Speckled Hen. That and Hobgoblin. Oh, crikey. They were the days. You can't get it here, mind. It is available. But it's quite pricey. But I've got a bay. It's like the monks drink. Strong. That's what you find is all the beer here is like man's beer. Or big, you know... it's not a lightweight beer. It's very sexist, actually, man's beer, isn't it, I suppose? Very misogynistic. Who's to say that women... Actually, to be fair, our friend Lisa from Holland, she would drink big, stronger stuff than I do. Yeah. So yeah, I mean man's beer. That's silly. The things you say, thinking of it, even these days, you know. It's like, in my record collection, I've actually got a couple of records, just for curiosity's sake. And I'm not going to get rid of them because they're just I feel that we should be reminded of the errors of our past and stuff. And I got a couple of LPs Oh, the minstrels, black and white minstrels, just the soundtracks, what have you. The black and white minstrel show. And although it's absolutely diabolical, really, when you think about it, you've watched it now, and you think, my God, really? It's that sort of stuff we used to watch. At the time, we thought nothing of it, you know? I don't know if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've got a name of the geezer now. Something black and white minstrel show. George someone. Oh, anyway, it's literally those people with blacked up faces and stuff. They're dancing and singing and God knows what else to a band. And it's when you look at, I don't know, Canadian president and them were criticising obviously Harry Reesing because blacked up faces. People do it all the time. No, he was black faces. That was wearing a Nazi uniform with Harry, wasn't it? And to be fair, my friend, he certainly isn't racist. He did a murder mystery night, and he happened to, his part was a Nazi, so he dressed up as a Nazi, and I have to admit he did make a good Nazi, to be fair. I did tell him that. But anyway, it's it was a game and what have you, but it does make you think. Is it the wrong thing to do? I suppose it is. I don't know. But what we used to feel is just the normal that back then. You think about it now, and it goes around your head, and you see the reasons why it's not right. It's not good. You kind of wake up to it, don't you? Some people say it's woke, but I don't care. Just imagine the Gaminati meltdown if the UK had to use the euro. That'd be amazing. I'd love it, obviously. I've got no problem with that whatsoever. I'm using the euro now, just to let you know, because I'm in France. Yeah. Even there's the Snowflake Show. I've got to apologise to you, buddy. I haven't managed to. It's not because I didn't have intend. I keep forgetting. And although I saw after your show was on, which was Wednesdays at 9 o'clock UK time, or 8 o'clock UK time. I can't remember now. I think it's 9 o'clock, isn't it? Yeah, 9 o'clock UK time. The Snowflake Show. They got a show called the Snowflake Show. It's for wokey people. And it's very good. And I always find out after it's happened, even though it's every single week on a Wednesday. I just forget. My head's all over the place. As you can probably tell from the way I talk and stuff. I'm just on the go all the time. I don't stop. I really don't stop. I crash. That's what happens. I get in at night, and I literally just crash. I fall asleep in the chair. The other day, not last night, but the night before, I was sat at the computer. I was working on the computer next to me. I was asleep. Oh dear. I think I must be shattered. Hey, it's Lee there. It's Lee here as well. Hello, buddy. Yeah, I will catch your show. I'll catch up a couple. Hello, buddy. Yeah, Decorn. Don't worry, Marcus. It's 9 p.m. Wednesdays. Yeah, we're good, buddy. Yeah, if anyone catch up with Lee's show, maybe we could do what we did before. You know, when I on a Wednesday, maybe I'll go live on a Wednesday, and then people can follow onto your show, and I'll give you a bit of a push as well. Yeah, I think it's quite a nice thing to do. Got to help each other, haven't we? And my chat has disappeared again. Oh, it's so annoying. Oh, it's back again. Is Al Johnson a racist? Oh, that's a good point, actually, isn't it? Well, I suppose it's a sign of the times, really, wasn't it? It's just how things were back then. I think pretty much everybody was racist. Unfortunately. And chat goes, Goonagent, the reunification of Ulster will be a consequence of the border poll when Northern Ireland. Is it right that Northern Ireland could actually at any time trigger a border poll? Because I think we're heading that way. Is it normal for celebrities to play the field sleep mate? Many ladies like Clint Eastwood. Sorry, play the field. Well, if you think about a lot of those films, those areas, that era, a lot of them were misogynistic, weren't they? They really were. You know, I feel a little bit sad though that some things such as some films or comedy like the Carry On. Yeah, I used to love the Carry On films. and if they're very misogynistic. But why can't we do like a I don't find misogyny a problem as long as it's balanced. It's you know, to and froing. Obviously, if it's just aiming at being misogynistic towards women or all the other way, you know, constantly throughout the whole show, well, then obviously that's a problem. But I think it's a bit of a banter going on, you know. If I think it did in the Carry On to an extent, but I suppose Barbara Windsor running around with her boobies hang out all the time, I suppose that wasn't such, yeah. Well, she's gone now, isn't she, Barbara Windsor? Yeah, she's gone. Anyway, I'm yapping it like that crazy, aren't I? And I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but border poll is triggered by the Secretary of the State. That's right, yeah, for Northern Ireland. Cheers, sir, Stanley. Stanley Becker. Have you got the 2 gigabit fibre yet? Do you know what? It's coming. It's ordered. The box is being delivered. I got the box. Yes, so that's coming. It should, by the end of this month. I think they gave me 2 dates for installation to put the wire in, the fibre in. And one's on the 25th, and one's on the 27th. When the guy came over, he said the 27th we confirmed and fit. You know, then I got another confirmation email come through, and it said the 25th. So I'll keep both dates free just in case. But yeah, it's going to be this month. I've got that. I'm very excited about it because it's going to hopefully open me up to more more streaming for a start. And maybe all-day streaming, because at the moment, the system we're on at the moment, we're streaming via a 4G system. So basically, I've got aerials up on the roof that point to the cell tower, but we're limited. We have 210 gigabits per month use, a limit on data. And I use 2 cards, so I swap them over. And although it works, and the internet's fairly stable, it's still limited. But also we get 60 gigabits, megabits per second download. 60 gigabits per download would be good, wouldn't it? But going over from 60 megabits a second download to they say we'll be pretty close to 2 gigabits. Well, that is incredible. And my upload 600 megabits. At the moment, I've got 12. I get around 10 to 12 upload. So that's considerable. That's going to be a game changer for me. Because, for what I can do, as you say, I can think, okay, what about Twitter? What about Instagram? What about Twitch? What about all these other platforms? We could then stream any live stuff to all of them at the same time if I want, without having to use another platform. Such as StreamYard. So, yeah, I think it's quite good. And when we first came here in France, we had half a meg download on internet, and that was absolutely diabolical. And that was of Orange. So I did my research, what have you, and found a solution. Early days of the solution, but I found a solution, and it works really well. And we've had about 6-7 years now, maybe longer. But anyway, either way, it works really well. So I'm going to grab that computer. I keep saying this, don't I? So let's scroll up again. Number 3 says, hello. Yeah, that was brilliant. Madonna with the bigger boobies. But it was very, non-PC. My point being is that I feel it's a little bit sad that I think we've gone a little bit far with political correctness. I think we need a balance with it. I think we need to... The problem with the right wing and the people who go, political correctness and all that, woke around, they're going too far the other way. We just need a bit of a balance. I think we need to think about everybody's emotions. Number 3. Cheers, buddy. Really appreciate it from a friend. A republic is required. I know. Have you made any more videos recently? Because I saw your first one. I haven't seen any others yet, buddy. I don't know if you've done any more recently. If you want any help with that, I'm more than happy to help you, mate. So, what drawing pad have I got? I've got an XP pen, 13.3 Pro, and it's I love it. I want a bigger one now, though, but I can't afford it. But yeah, I'd like to get a bigger one. But I didn't realise how good it was going to be, and it's so tactile. When you're drawing with the pen on there, it's just so nice. And I'm a bit of an addict with it now. Hence I'm going to do the live stream tomorrow using the XP Pen Pro, and it's what allowed me to do as well, you see, is to share what I look at on that screen I can actually show you that. So it's not a case of you having to look at a camera watching me do what I'm doing. You can actually see it happening on the screen in front of you. And then we can flip between the screens and stuff. So I've actually been playing with what I'm doing. I know what I'm doing tomorrow now, but I won't tell you, but I'll leave it until tomorrow. It's quite cool. And my last stream was actually, you guys gave me some ideas, so that was good fun. So yeah. But who was that? You brought another one as well. Another idea, which will be another stream, would be oh crikey, Nigel Farage and oh crikey, the frog from Toad the Manor. That's it. So we'll try that one as well later. But that's not tomorrow though. I've got another idea for tomorrow. I'm probably being a little bit, how to put it, getting a bit carried away. It's probably, I'm probably stretching myself a little bit. But hey, if it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Anyway, let's grab the computer. Got to pull the wires out first. Wires have got to come out first. Oh, doggy. My branding iron for the missus. Got my branding iron for the missus, you know. So, first of all, I've got to pull the wires out. That's the DVD, that's the audio, USB. The problem is we don't have enough USB-Cs, USB 3s on this PC. Cables disconnected. Oh dear, what a shame. So I've already moved the computer a couple of days ago because it was over the other side of the workshop. And the problem with that is all my cables for my cameras would have to be too long. And they don't like it. They really don't like it. Hopefully it'll come out. It's an old, it's an early i7 Intel processor. I've already put the casing on, side on, because I took it off, so I knew I had to get out again. So we'll bring you down in a second. And I'm going to plonk myself down as well. Oh, I've got a chair. Oh, doesn't mean I can sit down, get off my weary feet. Oh dear. Oh, stay. Oh, the voice is getting me in places where I don't want it to. Right. So this is, my God, already. I don't see how dusty it is now already. I literally blew that out about 2 days ago. So I think this is going to be a weekly occurrence where I'm going to have to blow this PC out. When I did it the first time, that fan was so caked up in dust. And it's the only fan in the case apart from the one for the power supply. There's no case fans in this. And it's quite a simple PC, as you can see. There's only one PCI slot I can use now. That's just a little Sapphire video card. And it does have 16 gigabytes of memory in it, which is quite good. It's actually the memory I had in my other computer. When I upgraded that, I put it in here. Just bring it back. Right. Oh. Oh, there we go again. So yeah, I want to talk also about that survey regarding Brexit. About support for leaving the EU has fallen. So let's bring it back. Yeah, that's better. Has fallen significantly across the bloc since Brexit. The people are less likely to vote leave in every EU member state, everyone, for which data was available in the 2016 to 2017 and the survey finds. Support for leaving the EU has dropped significantly and sometimes dramatically. Finland has really dropped. I think it's the biggest actually, it's dropped the biggest. So in every member state across the bloc in the wake of the UK Brexit referendum. Yes, we are that test subject. Now, according to data from a major pan-European survey, the European Social Survey, ESS, led by City, University of London, and conducted in 30 European nations every 2 years since 2001. Now, found that respondents were less likely to vote leave in every EU member state for which data was available. Now, talk about data has been available. Something just cropped in my mind. Something's been happening in well, the United States. The Republicans have just voted against a bill to govern or to have some kind of legislation regarding forever chemicals. Now, it's a nickname for a group of chemicals. I can't remember what the group is called now, to be honest, but it's a group of chemicals, the sort of stuff that's in non-stick and various other stuff as well, formaldehydes and all sorts of stuff. And these chemicals, when they're in your body, they stay in your body. Now, you've heard me say it here before. I'm going to say it again. It makes your sperm not swim straight. And this is a peer-reviewed study, so it's fact. Anyway, the Republicans have decided to vote against the bill to protect the people. So what does that tell you? There's money involved. That's what it is. Yeah. Anyway, so the largest decline in leave support, that's random, of leave support was in Finland. It was Finland, yeah. Where 28.6% of respondents who declared that which way they would vote in a Brexit-style referendum answered leave in 2016 to 2017. Against only 15.4% in 2020 to 2022. And similarly in 2016 and 2022. And there were, and similarly stark falls between 2016, I do apologise, and 2022 were recorded in the Netherlands from 23% to 13%. So it's like half. Now, to 16% in France. In France, 24.3% to 16%, with smaller but still statistically significant falls in Hungary, 16% to 10.2%. It's not growing, is it? You know, support for leaving the European Union is not growing. That's the thing we need to take away from this. And why? Brexit. So the European Union and all the member states rub their hands together and say, thank you, UK, for leaving the European Union. You just made the European Union stronger. Sorry. The irony. It does make me tickle. It shouldn't do, but it does. It really does make me tickle. It makes me just... People like me and you and what have you have been screaming about this for so long now. Let's say 7 years since the Brexit vote. And we just bang our head against the wall and what have you. What on earth are you talking about? You don't even know what you're voting for. You know? Cheap shoes for peasants and all that. You know? It's just maddening. That was maddening then, and it's maddening now because there's certain individuals, including the Walking Penny Farm and Jacob Rees-Mogg, are still trying to tout that Brexit is a fantastic idea and we've benefited greatly from it, which we clearly have not. Nobody has. Some people would argue sovereignty, but we didn't lose it in the first place. That's just poppycock. Oh, we can make our own laws and stuff. Yeah, you're making laws and rules against yourselves. Making it harder for yourselves. Like your right to protest, which is a fundamental part of, democracy. And they go on about democracy. We've got a democracy. Our sovereignty paper. What a sovereignty paper? You never lost it, you plonker. For these people. That's awful. Everything's falling apart, unfortunately. You know, I wish it wasn't the case. I wish I was wrong, if I'm absolutely honest. You know? All the people who said it's completely out a ridiculous thing to do, I wish they were wrong as well. But you can't get away from it. Brexit is a disaster. And we were right. And everyone who put the cross in the right box were right too. There's a fan over here that calls the card for the little old video. That's a little sapphire. It's nothing fancy. I did this 2 days ago. If you ever do it with an airline, you must not you shouldn't allow that to spin. You have to hold it. We've got tempted to do that today. Dusty environment. And in there we've got a little slot. It's called PCI slot, isn't it? So, mini PCI slot just there. I closer. No, there. Oh, there, that little black thing there. And that's what I've got to slot it into. But first I've got to remove the plate. Do that, I have to remove that. I've got that plate out here. Oh. And then I'll grab a card. Very simple, isn't it? You know, and just slot it in. People pay money to have this done, you know. Silly, isn't it? That's going to slot into there. I have to admit, it doesn't line up very well with the outlet. There you go. That's in. That's done. And this one's got a little clamp arrangement on this one. Sometimes you've got screws that go on top here. It's quite a simple arrangement. It's just a little Acer PC, which I did literally buy for my office originally. And now it's in the workshop. So it's nothing fancy at all. Apart from it's got a better video card and a more memory. I think originally he had like 8 gig in it or something silly. Or not even that. I think it was 6. I had a random number in it. So that's in. So I just got to put the case cover on. Screws in the back still. There. So if you look there, you can see it's giving me all these extra USB 3 ports. So originally all I've got is the USB 3, 2 USB 3s on the front there. Just that's not enough. And they're not powered. Oh, that reminds me. That reminded me. Oh, I might need another cable. I'll do it. Because I don't think there's one on that cable. I have got... Oh, hang on. What's that? Will it reach? Oh, no, it's not going to reach. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, I might be able to go and do that one over there. What? Let's have a look. It's a bit of a mess. I do have an extension in the office I could use. What it is that this card, because it's got USB C's on there, it needs to draw more than the amperage that can be given by the motherboard. So there's on the back here you've got two. Well, you've got option of 2 here. You've got the Western Digital there plug, but also you've got the standard kind of power port plug there. So you literally, what I should be doing is, say for instance, if I want that to be plugged. At the moment, it's powering that drive, so I can't do that. That'll be plugged in here. And that what I'll do is I'll draw the power to the USBs here from the power supply, and not through the motherboard. Because if you plug all the when we're plugging cameras into there, it's all about transferring the data, but transferring the power to power the cameras. If, for instance, I've got 4 cameras plugged in there or something silly, well then it's not a great idea. You must have this additional power there. And I'm wondering if I go that way, will that reach down there? It might do it. Actually, I might do it. So just clean that out there. We'll get back on Brexit in a second. So if I put that one into there first, that one's a data cable, that one that's data. What's that one data? That must be power. Well, power and data, I don't know, it might be both. Bum, 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 bum. So it's 2. Aha, that's good. And then hopefully, will it reach? No, it's not going to reach. That's annoying. That's really annoying. So what I'm going to need to do, I've got some extension cables. Allow me to extend one of these so I can plug it into there, and then that'll draw the power off the power supply. So I won't put the computer back just yet. No. And the cover just literally goes on there like so. But I'm going to leave it off for the moment. But anyway, it's in. That's in. But I need to... I didn't think of that, did I? I need to draw the power from somewhere. And not there. Wow. Well, there you go. That's me not being prepared. Where's my beer? Oh, got my beer, got to be beer. Account action required. You have enough points for 1 free multi-stream apparently with Streamlabs. I'm not using Streamlabs at the moment, so right. Yeah, so support to lead in the survey. The Czech Republic, 29%. Sorry, support to leave to leave in the survey's most recent round was highest in the Czech Republic at 29.2%, Italy 20.1%, and Sweden at 19.3%. I can't remember what it was now. It was oxides, I think it was. I don't know if you heard, but Sweden's actually managed to find some crazy amount, millions of tons of oxides. And these oxides are used in electronics and stuff, and EVs, electric vehicles. Now China is looking at this and thinking, oh shit, because China's the ones who've been having all these, who've been taking control of these deposits, rare earth deposits, such as in Africa, having signing up deals for like 100 years. But when it comes down to it, it looks like Sweden has it's brilliant for the EU, especially they want to try to become more it's not really nationalised, is it? It's EUised. So yeah, it's a major finding. So where are we? So the period covers Britain's long and fraught negotiations to leave the European Union, but also the country's ensuing political turmoil. The 5 prime ministers in 6 years. 5. that's just mad. In 6 years, and it's current, and every single one of them, apart from Richie Sunak so far, has been taken out because of Brexit, consequences of Brexit. Where was I again? That threw me, that did. And the current social and economic woes, all of which have been heavily reported on the continent, obviously. We all look at it and think, what the hell is going on? What, you believe that? What a load of rubbish. And widely interpreted as being caused by, at least partly, by Brexit. So we do have to accept that Brexit is playing a big part of everything that's going on at the moment. You know, including what's going on in Ukraine even. As far as the UK is concerned. It's been very useful for Boris Johnson, but also Richie Sunak. Now he's talking about sending in Challenger tanks. There's only about 20, I think they're about 20-year-olds as well. It's not many they're sending, is it? But it will hopefully trigger other countries. Well, they're pointing out Germany, because Germany's got there's certain clauses because they supply tanks and what have you to various places, but they can't be used unless they agree. But under license, that's it, under license. So power supply, 20-pin header to USB adapter cable. Oh, look, I can have more USBs if I want. Oh, if I use a header. I don't need to worry about that. I think there's enough there. Yes, it's all looking a bit, well, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. PCI bus slot. Okay, it's better there. So, where was I? So they also coincide with the COVID pandemic and Russia's invasion of Ukraine, and experts suggest it prompted many EU citizens to view membership more favourably. And decisions by many anti-EU parties, including in France and Italy, to abandon Frexit or Alexit policies in favour of reforming the EU from within. It makes so much more sense. The EU can't go in, it needs some reform. It's quite an old bird now, isn't it, you know? It needs a bit of, moulding. It's got to be fit for everybody, isn't it? And it says the ESS numbers reflected a veritable collapse of support for leaving the EU in several countries, which is brilliant news. Now, Gallard said that the fall in the support for leave vote most likely stemmed from a cumulative effect combining the EU's attitude towards the various crises of recent years, the radical right's moderation. Oh! Oh. I keep saying I'm going to fix that, and every time I forget. Oh, it's gone all dark. Oh, come back again. Oh, you're back again. Oh, that's good. Yeah, sorry about that. So the ESS survey also found that respondents' emotional attachment to Europe had increased. was just fantastic news as well, between 2016 and 2022. So thank you, Brexit. Thank you. And most member states asked to rate how attached they felt to the bloc on a scale of 0 to 10. And 54.9% of Portuguese respondents gave responses between 7 and 10 in 2020 and 2022, against 41.5% in 2016 and 2017. Now, strong emotional attachment to Europe in Finland rose from 58.7% from 46 over the period, while in Hungary engaged in an increasingly bitter rule of law dispute with Brussels, it increased from 60 to 70%. Even though, Hungary is at risk of losing some of their money. And in Italy, the corresponding figures were 37.2%. Actually, the same thing's going to happen in Italy, actually, as well. They could lose a bit of their funding from the EU. The way things are going over there. 44.3%. And France is 44%. And Germany's 40... and France 44% and 48.8%. And Germany and Spain were stable. So 10 EU member states conducted conducted in spring last year, and also found the survey. This is that was conducted in spring last year, and it found large majorities in nearly every country surveyed held a broadly favourable opinion of the bloc, with a median of 72%. Now, viewing it in a favourable light compared with 26%. Who, had unfavourable opinion of the EU. Well, they're all nut jobs, aren't they? Probably. So it certainly looks interesting, and it kind of I feel a bit vindicated. There's so much been going on, isn't there? So much crap. Anyway, what have you been saying? Because I looked at the chat, have we? There you go. Scroll down. These results are a Brexit benefit. I suppose they are. But like we say, only for the EU, not for the United Kingdom, is it, unfortunately. I do feel sorry for Scotland. I really do feel sorry for Scotland, because what's been going on lately, they didn't get the courts ruled against them, didn't they, having a India F2, so bit of a shame. M. Carpenter says, reform, you mean a common EU defence policy, more power for the EU Parliament, and money transfers from industrialised north to the south? I don't think that is what they mean. Oh, I see. Okay. For me, personally, I'm quite happy as it is, but I'm sure it's like everything until... there's always going to be... Marder tanks, I think the German tanks, the Marder tanks. Truss was a cabbage. But, the lettuce beat her. The lettuce that it did. That made me... that was so funny. What was that again? It was at the Sport or something that did that. Or was it Daily Star or something? They had an image on and a camera live streaming a lettuce. Can the lettuce last longer than it did? That was so funny. Whoever come up with that was a genius. I rely on O-level chemistry plus YouTube updates. Well, I did O-level in physics. I didn't do chemistry. In a choice between chemistry, physics, and the other one. Biology, that's it, biology. Truss was PM. Oh, I thought that she was just a stand-in. She was like the ship passing in the night, she was. Rare earth oxides. They were actually initially discovered in Sweden, and many named them after Sweden. Oh, they originated in Sweden. Oh, I see. That's interesting. Named after Swedish things and places. I don't think titanium counts. I think there are roughly 26. Oh my god, this is getting complicated now. Lots of oxides in Cambone Crofty. Oh, okay. I thought Wally's speciality was dog biscuits. It does happen here, as only you know. When I do my live streaming here for my woodwork, my dogs seem to keep running in here and backwards and forwards, and they keep coming back for more dog biscuits. I have little treats for them, you see. They haven't come through. They're all snuggled up in front of the fire at the moment. It's been a bit of damp, miserable day today. Da. 3 neodymiums. Oh, what like the magnets? Things like titanium, I believe. The point is that they are widely used in smartphones. Oh, okay. Interesting. Is this your compute to store? Thanks for that, William. No, my name is not Damien Grain. And no, fancy that. The man who was got caught with thousands of hundreds or whatever it was of thumbnails on his PC in his parliamentary computer. He thought he deleted them, didn't he? Is now in charge of the online safety bill. And he's replacing a geezer who's literally been investigated or convicted or whatever it's going to be. And he's for serious sex offences. You really can't make this stuff up. You really can't. It's just, what? They're really scraping the bottle that was Conservative MPs, aren't they? The bottle. They're scraping the bottom of the barrel. Oh, crikey. Back your room. Oh, yes, it's all in there, it is. Oh, it's in the hard drive. I scrub it, I do. Oh, no. It's on the other computer. I'll scroll. Damp and chilly here, says Gingers, too. It was snowing earlier in the United States. But apparently, they did say in the United Kingdom we'd be getting snow, but I think that's shifted now. All those tractor pictures, all tractor porn, that was everywhere, wasn't it? Yeah. Oh my God, it's absolutely rife in the Tory party, isn't it? You got oh God, I can't remember his name now. The guy, tractor porn guy, and then we got Chris Pincher, the Pincher, and then we got Damien Green with his porn thumbnails. Yeah, the geese, the Imran Khan, or Khan, was it Imran Khan? The guy who got convicted for paedophilia. And then you got the, oh, crikey, her from flippin' Dover. I've got a name now. She's like standing around and pointing out dinghies. I can't remember her name. Anyway, her husband, he got convicted. She still supported him, even though he's a sex offender. It's just, you can't make, I find it absolutely flabbergasting. It's just one after the other. Ooh. I need to move more. So yeah, it's mad, isn't it? It's absolutely crazy. I do apologise, a bit of Natalie Elphick, that's it, yeah, and her husband, who's I think he's still inside, isn't he? She basically took over from him. Yeah, held his job open for him. She liked standing outside of yeah. Oh, what's she say? What was her phrase? And it can't be blamed on Brexit. It's not very good to marry cousins, scraping the bottom of the gene pool. My sister went out with her cousin, or my cousin, or her cousin, our cousin. Elphick, cheers, buddy. Cheers, Simon. Please like and subscribe. Cheers, Mad Mac. Yeah, please give it a boot the old like button. It does help the channel, you know. YouTube thinks that maybe other people might watch my videos. Yeah. I have succumbed to the idea that some videos, I think I know what I was doing wrong before. I was uploading videos that I think I'm interested in. And I noticed that with other stuff, because if I find things a bit comical, I'm like, what the hell? Such as the video about, Damien Green or stuff like that, or even human rights and stuff like that. If I put those sort of videos on, they never do very well. But if I talk about, I've said this before, if I talk about things, like I did a video the other day about the EU expelling Brits from the European Union, which pretty much is what's happening. Remember, it's not the EU, it's the member states doing it. It's not in the remit of the European Union. And that video did really, really well. It got like 30,000 views, 35,000 views or something like that. Then I do another video, I might get 1,000, and it's, okay. But I don't mind. It's fine, I'll just carry on going. You just got to plod along, haven't you? And also, I've got so many other things I'm doing as well, so... Oh! Is that where the phrase normal in Norfolk comes from? I'm from Norfolk. Always remember the, yes, we must do. Spinning wheel of death for a mo. Oh, was it? Oh, blimey. We lost the connection. That might all change in a few weeks' time, in a couple of weeks' time, when I get my 2 gigabit fibre put in. 2 gigabit! I couldn't believe it. When he said 2 gigabit, I thought, crikey, that's nuts. Chat you out, they could use some lard or butter. What? Lard or butter? Did you lard or butter? That's a bit of a worrying thought. It's been raining in, says Casper Northern as well. 2 days straight. Yeah, it's all drizzly and grizzly out there at the moment. It's not that pleasant. That was, to be fair, actually, about 11, 12 o'clock this morning, it was actually rather nice. The sun was out. Yeah. The sun will be out tomorrow. Oh, little Annie. We should have a citizens' patrol on duty outside the House of Commons with their own sniffer dogs. We could give them to, Mr. Brexit, Steve, give to him. He can patrol with the dogs, as long as Lee Hansen don't steal his hat. Everyone saw that. In Britain, you have to pay a subscription. A subscription for heated seats. For why? I did hear that before. Why would you need a subscription so you can heat your own flippin' seats? You're the one paying for it. I have to admit, I do like my butt warmer. Yeah. My old Disney Extra, even that's got heated seats. I don't pay any subscription, no. They should consider it as a privilege to heat my butt. Yeah. Hello, Susan DeWitt. Hope you're well. Just listening in, she says. Yeah, tomorrow we're doing our live stream at 8 p.m. our time, but it'll be 7 p.m. BST. So I'm going to have a go. It'll probably be a complete and utter disaster, but I'll have a go at doing my sketching online. That should improve. Keep going. That should improve. Sometimes I should get better at it. I'm quite, because when I do it on my own and nobody's watching me, I can make all my mistakes. You seem to rub them out. So yeah, I've actually put all my bits and pieces together that I'm going to use for my outlines. Get the kind of the idea. But yeah, I'll show you near the time. Need red meat for the gammons to watch. Oh my god, the gammons, they're getting redder by the minute. Are they all alcoholics? All the alcohol's like bleeding out of their skin. Yes, you must remember them for the future. Those a-holes. Scrolling down. Like walls. Pop the gene pool like they are. Oh, man, but please don't subscribe. Cheers, man, bunk. Yeah, it's been raining here. What? Vaseline on the flat surfaces, all in the Palace of Westminster would sort that. What? I'm confused now. We should have a citizens' patrol. Oh, yes. Oh, there you go. In Britain, you have to pay... I've just done that already. I'm getting there. I'm getting nice tractor pics on that PC. Oh, don't they just... Oh, there's John Deere's and all sorts. I have to admit, though, if you put tractor porn... I don't know if it's the same now, but at the time when this... when it was all come to light and what have you regarding the tractor porn, I did some searches on tractor porn. And I have to admit, there were some quite saucy images. Yeah. But who was near the top of the search? Well, it's him, tractor porn guy. Yeah. Embarrassing. Honestly, seriously embarrassing. Oh, cheers, Mr. Scotch Pie. Oh, you're most kind. Thank you. 99% of the time, when it's not for the wider audience, things goes great. It's that 1%. Oh, dear. Yeah, I know. I hope so. I hope I'll pan out. I'll just go with the flow. I'm not going to let it get to me. So, yeah, I'll be sharing the screen on my tablet, what have you. Yeah, my drawing tablet thing I use. It's an XP Pen 13.3 Pro or whatever it is. So it's a good little thing. I'm really impressed with it. Imagine that cold weather in January. Oh dear, it's been incredibly mild for January. Normally I'm absolutely freezing. We had a really cold spell before Christmas. It lasted about a week and that was it. And the rest of the time it's been really mild. I mean, really mild. It's been lovely. Although I do worry for the fruit on the trees, because what's going to happen is they're going to come out into bud and we'll get a late frost and they'll all be dead. All the buds will drop. We need red meat. Red meat! Oh, messy Ferguson, don't you mean? Hello Ian, hope you're well, buddy. Neil Parish, that's it, Neil Parish. Lovely big wheels on the tractor. Oh, look at that tractor. Oh, I just can't get it into my head that somebody would actually consider watching pornography on their mobile phones. Oh my god, that blooming light! It's getting worse. The time doesn't seem to... It's supposed to be like 15, 20 minutes. And it's got shorter and shorter and shorter. But anyway, who in their right mind would grab their mobile phone? I think that's a good idea. To watch tractor pull when you've got all these cameras around you. And obviously MPs around. Oh, what are you watching? I wonder if you had the sound up. I bet you'd get excited as well, wouldn't he? That was a bit of a worrying thought. Oh my god. Oh, no thank you. Sorry. Oh dear. Lights, camera, darkness. It certainly is. What it is that I thought it was a good idea to put a PIR sensor in my workshop. I have my base lights I have around my saws and stuff, they stay on. But what's happening is I get distracted, I start doing a little bit in the garden, and I forget I've got my lights on the workshop. And because I have so many lights in here, because we've got no windows, it uses a lot of power. Obviously it's not very environmental, so it turns off. It seems to make sense, it comes on when they come in again. But when I'm making videos, it's completely unlike me. But I suppose if I had the sensor a bit closer to the bench, which might be my next plan, it might be a good idea, I think, because this is where I normally hang out. Honey, turn out the lights. Honey, I shrunk the kids. Saying perfect storm, excessive rain on parched soil, and residual fires, lovely. Yes, I am. LEDs, but there's so many of them. And when we first kicked this out at the workshop next door, what have you, as well, I was had all fluorescents in there. You probably show you. See these tubes up there? Up there, all those tubes all the way along. There. They're all they're now LEDs, but they were fluorescents. But I've also got fluorescent spotlights above each of the saws, such as up there. But equally, if you see that other light, that one, the big round one, I've got 3 of those big old baggers, and those things they're like 80 watt LEDs. They're so good. So they work very well. And there's 3 of those in there, but that's not too bad there. But before I was using about 500-600 watts of electricity, and now it's about 220 watts of electricity. So it's considerably less with LEDs, yeah. So yes, I'm using LEDs to answer your question. So long story short, or short story long. Perhaps you should dance like Larry and Paul. That would keep the lights on. I love Larry and Paul, they're brilliant, aren't they? They're so funny. Oh, it's like Michael Green, and he's a great guy as well. I love Michael Green. Crikey, the way they get their story across, you know, they get their point across in their story, and the way especially Michael Green and how he... it's just really clever. You know, you got to have a certain mindset to be able to do that, and you know, it's so witty. Install a switch on the sensor. That might be a really good idea. To bypass the switch when I'm doing the videos. It might make a lot of sense. So there you go. But I haven't. I do apologise. It's an extra twist. That's what it is. An extra twist. So, Moya Bay. So, where are we again? So, them in the EU, those pesky Europeans in the EU, they see our political dysfunction with 5 prime ministers in 6 years. They see the way that Brexit divided the nation down the middle. Injecting acrimony and toxicity into our national life, you don't say. God, some of the flipping I put things on Twitter and what have you, or even the comments on my videos sometimes, because I still read the comments. I can't always reply because there's too many of them. But I get rid, some of them are a bit nasty, to be honest. If they are nasty, I tend to hide them. But if they're a bit derogatory, yeah. Anyway, they see our economic malaise and the Britain lagging behind, ain't we just? Facing the same pressures of post-COVID recovery and inflation as our neighbours, but we're suffering more. With a 5.2% shrinkage in gross domestic product. Well, they reckon it's 4% just because we left the EU. And a 13.7% fall in investment in the last quarter of 2021. Compared to the projected numbers had we not left the European Union. All attributable specifically to Brexit, rather than, I say, the pandemic. Because that's what they like to blame. Yeah. There's a war on, you know. Oh, that's what they tell us. There's a war on. Yeah, no, but what all the other members, other countries and EU member states and what have you? They're not suffering like we are in the UK. They got the Office of Budget Responsibility. Yeah, the government's own. Stated it boldly enough in November. Can you remember when they told us that Brexit has had a significant adverse impact on UK trade? It said, noting a decline in trade intensity of 15%. Well, they reckon exports imports from the EU, or is that way around? It's down 40%. Europeans see all that and think there, but for grace of God, this is our great contribution to the European project, to act as a cautionary tale. Great Britain has lost an empire and has not yet found a role. And was a much quoted verdict of the post-war US Secretary of State, Dean Ishesson. Well, we've found a role now. We've made the EU stronger. We are the sanitary lesson of what not to do. Oh, crikey. If ever the nations of Europe feel frustrated by the EU, they need only glance across the channel at us numpties. You put the cross in the wrong box. I added that, by the way. And pause they do. An argument of the Brexiters was cutting the red tape. Oh dear. More than a decade ago, Nigel Farage was raging against David Cameron, having the gall to speak out about deregulation to help entrepreneurs. How can we talk about cutting red tape but not the EU regulations which caused it? How the hell do we cut EU regulations? We definitely can't now. According to Farage, it was being in the European Union that was causing British businesses to be snarled up in bureaucracy. Oh my God. And yet, now that we're out, what is the loudest, most plaintive complaint you hear from British traders hoping to sell their goods into the nearest markets across the channel? It's the endless hours spent dealing with red tape. Oh, I have some red tape in here. Oh my God. I shouldn't even find this funny, but it's sadomasochistic, I suppose. Customs forms, delays, double charged VAT imposed on customers at the other end. Yes, don't I know it? Caused by not being in the European Union, as Farage insisted, but by being outside it. Small wonder that 57% of Britons now say that Brexit has created more problems than it has solved. It was about, quite a few now of Tory voters. I think that's 36% of Tory voters now are saying that was a bad idea. Or was it more than that? I think it was more than that. The evidence of Brexit as a problem creator is all around. Now consider the government's plan to make a bonfire of the 4,000 odd or so bits of EU law. Remember, it's 2,400, well actually 1,800, then they said it's 2,400, and now they're saying it's 4,000 bits of EU law that are rolled over into British statute. That they need to, well, they don't need to, it's a silly even trying, but yeah, they won't get rid of it to make it, purist, you see. Oh, yeah. Maybe Keir Starmer's right, is that they're a purist cult. A purist Brexit cult. Piers warned last week that a mass deletion of the laws is procedurally near impossible. Don't forget that the Whitehall civil servants are going to be striking. Oh, damn. Yeah, Piers warned last week that a mass deletion of the laws is procedurally impossible and substantively dangerous. Now, if the laws... Oh, God's sake. If the laws... Oh, where was I? If the laws are simply scrapped, that will remove a vast range of essential, even life-saving measures. Whether on electrical safety, food standards, or water purity. Are they trying to be funny there? Water purity. Having a laugh, aren't you? So much for the environment bill. All they've done is gave the blooming water companies an excuse to carry on pumping shit into the rivers and seas. Swim with a turd, why don't you? Oh, lovely. Chewy. Oh, I ain't no corner we have now. Blimey. So if they are simply copy and pasted into new legislation, untainted by association with the dreaded EU, it would be the most monumental waste of parliamentary time and extremely expensive. For proper parliamentary scrutiny, then, as the senior Tory pair, Robin Hodgson, puts it, that it is not what most people understand by taking back control. In other words, scrapping EU laws sounds like, well, it's just an easy slogan. What? Talk about easy slogans. Look at Jacob Rees-Mogg. He always went for the easy slogans. Things that he thought pull on people's heartstrings, you see. Cheap shoes for peasants. Cheap food and all that, he said. Out of the EU. Oh, the evil EU, here you go. Evil EU. Oh, dear me. The European Union is only really there to protect the people as a union. Because without protecting people and doing what the people want, there would be no membership of the European Union. We would be getting Frexit and Brexit. We've got Brexit. Brexit and whatever exit. And like number 3 would say, maybe we need to be a republic. Probably. The Leavers breezily waved aside concerns over what appeared to be the reality-based community as an insuperable problem, given that there would always have to be a border between the European Union and the UK, obviously, or Northern Ireland, for instance, and had chosen to leave the customs union, for which would such a border lie. What? It couldn't be between Northern Ireland and the Republic without jeopardising the Good Friday Agreement. Well, Jacob Rees-Mogg, they all did, but Jacob Rees-Mogg was going on about his, we can digitise it all. Yeah, make it electronic borders. We can scan the lorries at high speed. Yeah, okay. How does that work with mixed loads? Mixed pallets and what have you? That's where the big problems are lying for the small exporters. It ain't gonna work, is it? So yeah, it's nuts. And then what else was he saying? Oh, crikey. Oh, importing meat from Australia. And the farmers are... he's got one. He was interviewed by James O'Brien, wasn't he? About a year or so ago. And he was going on about Australian steak and beef and all that. I'd eat Australian beef, blah, blah, blah. But what we have to remember is that as soon as you start importing those sorts of meat stuffs, the European Union does not want that entering their food chain. Not at all. That's why those countries can't get it in themselves. The thing is, for the United Kingdom was saying, oh, it's going to enter all to like the processed meat and stuff like that. Like going to all those sort of meat products, like the Finder's pancakes. Oh, I do apologise. Sorry, that's horse meat from France. Well, I suppose so if you think about it, you think of the Finder's pancakes with the horse meat as kind of sounds precedence, doesn't it, regarding protecting our food sources. That's like a lesson to the European Union, I suppose. It says here, the supposed solution was a protocol that angered the Unionists, Northern Ireland Protocol, for instance, for making the very distinction they loathed. To placate them, the government proposed a bill that would override parts of the internationally agreed protocol, almost certainly illegally, and now there's talk of dispatching that bill. Yes, they're talking about getting rid of it now. To the same oblivion inhabited by the original author, Liz Truss. Meanwhile, legislation is coming that will see the construction of border posts in the Northern Irish ports. As one commentator puts it, the UK is building and operating an international trade border with its own country. I'm sorry, that's just nuts. Welcome to the Brexit, sir. I just want the Brexit, is what they said. Oh dear. A border that didn't used to be there. Yet another problem that Brexit created rather than solved. I haven't got the figures in front of me, but can you imagine how much Brexit has cost? Not loss of trade and stuff like that, but in infrastructure. Well, Farage garages and clearing up all the pee in bottles and the poop and brown paper bags. The cost is just considerable. It's just ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. They reckon we've spent more than we had in the full time we've actually been in the EU. We've spent more money than the membership of the European Union ever since we've been in. Just on infrastructure. Let alone the loss of trade. Anyway, sorry, I had to look. Most definitely, says Vipek. No, Scotland joining the EU would be at least 10 years after independence. Oh, I just hope it wouldn't be the case. I think... I don't know. I would hope that it would be a lot faster than that. For Scotland, anyway. The problem... But there again, we're going to have the same problem as we've got in Northern Ireland. What with the border? Hadrian Wall's in the wrong place. We could build a new wall. We'll get Steve Bannon. Get Steve Bannon on the case. He'll go fund me it, won't he? That's what he'll do. And never build it. And stick money in his back pocket. I would think EFTA would be Scotland's first stop. Yeah, probably. That makes sense. Do you also... Oh, they want full membership. We're Scottish. And yeah. Tory wealth, says Karen O'Connor. Oh my God, yeah. That's why we got Brexit. Tories like money. Brexit was about preservation of wealth. Their wealth. Hiding their money. But then we got the Pandora Papers. Has anyone talked about that since? No. It's like all this stuff. Oh, dude, that don't look good. Throwing a dead cat in the ring. That's what they do. Meanwhile, we as Muppets, we put up with it. The fools, we talk about it and shout about it, and then there's something else to shout about. One dead cat sort of like dissolves the previous dead cat. It's like an antidote. There's so many things. We've got the Russia report, the Pandora Papers. No one's talking about it. I didn't move enough. I've got to move the camera over there, don't I? So I'm in front of the in front of the sensor. Yeah, so there's not as other people who are mentioned in the Pandora Papers are necessarily doing anything wrong or illegal. You can say it's wrong, but whether or not it's legal or not. And obviously, unless they're not, if they're in the Parliament, obviously they should go in the record of interests and stuff. But they just want to hide it. They don't want people to know what their true wealth is. They also don't want to know the fact that the likes of Jacob Rees-Mogg, what have you, has got investments via Somerset Capital. He says, "Oh, I have nothing to do with it." He says, "Somerset Capital." He still take the money. Yeah, Somerset Capital has got investments in Russian government infrastructure and media, propaganda media in Russia. Making money from that. Yeah, makes you wonder, doesn't it? These are the people that we have running the country. It's quite frustrating, really. And yet, we sit back and we allow it to happen. Why? Why? I know some of us, we kind of shout, but I do find that we Brits are a little bit, how to put it, can't do it now because obviously the protest bill and all that, but can't, illegal gatherings and stuff, you see, you get locked up for 10 years. But when we had the opportunity to protest from the rooftops, we didn't really do much about it. They weren't listening anyway, to be fair. They are covered in blood. You're right, if you're talking about the likes of Richie Sunak and Jake Rees-Mogg. Richie Sunak, he got caught out, didn't he? He got caught on the hop. He was at some steel works somewhere, at an interview. An interview on I can't remember the name now, on a show. And asked him a very direct question about how his wife's business is still operating in Russia, and he's still operating in Russia. They haven't shipped out yet. They're just waiting. They'll say they have, but they haven't. They're still there. Inventus, I can't remember now. It's called now. But anyway, the father-in-law's business, for which she's got like 2% shares or something that pays ridiculous amounts of money. She's worth about, well, they're both, they're married, but, worth 700 million. End of the day, he's profiteering from it. He'll say otherwise, but he's taking the money. He's swimming in that underground swimming pool that was paid for with money that was come from those share dividends. That's blood money, as it stands, which is what's going on with Ukraine. Now, I know they'll say otherwise. Officially, Scotland has never been a member. Oh. That's interesting. I suppose it's a proxy member. After all, it's a country. The UK has. Well, 42% of the UK children undernourished in 2018. Oh my God, Karen O'Connor, that's a really valid point. I can remember. Now, I did a video about this a while back. I've done so many videos, as you know, about the food banks. And at the time, I think that's 2019 figures, that 950,000 of the food bank parcels that are handed out were handed out directly to children. That is such a disgrace. That is a disgrace. Pork markets! Yeah. That is terrible. That's a valid point. I wonder if anyone's done a survey on that. Mad nads, blow jobs, what? Go nads. Oh, God's sake. Oh, dear. Scotland was in the EU. The laws are aligned. No, I can see what my biggest fan was saying, though. I understand what he's saying. Amnesty International. Amnesty International figures. I'll have a look at that later. I wonder if they've done another survey recently. So you say that was back in, let's have a look again, 2018. I wonder if there's a more recent one. It's about stuff like 4 years ago, wasn't it? So, did I see you at Dusty last night? Or was it Hal Sparks? What? Oh, Sean. No, that's not to me. Sorry. Right, read them. Scotland was in the EU. The laws are aligned. Hello, son of a Viking. Hope you're well, buddy. And Sean the Bard says Scotland was in the EU. Okay. No, honey, I can't have the toast. You bought it. What? Have those little people have they left you alone yet, Joa? Are they still stealing things off your desk? For Scotland to meet all 59 chapters of the Acquis would take 5 years from application at the very fastest. It's going to take a while, and it's not going to be overnight, is it? You're not going to. There's a lot of problems that he's sorting out anyway, isn't there? We've got to build that wall first. What if Yorkshire gets independence first? I'm hoping Norwich does. Let's dissect the UK. Joe says, my mind diverges often. Is that common in Portugal? Or the UN envoy on poverty and 17 million below poverty line in 2017. Oh, God. Yeah, remember that? Yeah, they did a survey, didn't they? And the UK, it didn't fare very well. We're really going the wrong way, aren't we? The euro, the border, easy 10 years. I wouldn't be surprised. Look how long Brexit's taken. 7 years since the vote. And that we still haven't got anywhere, really. We've still got problems. And it's not getting any better, is it? Cult of Dusty. I get really confused here. Cult of Dusty. Charles III, yesterday, food banks, Scotland. Is it Charles III or Charles II? Why the hell have we got food banks? It's an that is a disgrace. Absolute disgrace. So my lights. They get worse. I will do that tomorrow. I think that's going to be a must. That needs either repositioning or it needs a bypass. It needs a heart bypass, it does. Argentina is almost bankrupt, but we sell the World Cup to the highest bidder for the next 3 years. What will England sell when Scotland leaves? Oh. They can expel all that tea from Yorkshire. Oh, God's sake. What, to China? What any chance? Oh. Do they actually grow tea in the UK at all? The actual leaf itself, because it has to be dried, doesn't it? And all, obviously, tea from India, like Ceylon and places like that. I'm fairly certain that Yorkshire tea isn't grown in Yorkshire. Sun bikinis and free movement in Portugal. We can diverge. What's sake? English knuckle draggers keep saying to rebuild Hadrian. That's in the wrong place. Oh, but they don't realise. See your point. They don't realise it's in England. I think that's actually you pointed out to me before, actually, buddy. Oh. Yeah, they do. Oh. Rebuild Hadrian's Wall. Do you realise what that would cost to build a dry stone wall that length? It costs an absolute flippin' fortune. That's why they go for these old steel things, like they do in the United States. To keep Mexicans out. Oh, illegal immigrants and all that. Dear. It had to demonstrate economic stability aligned with the ERM criteria, and that's 5 years in itself. Oh, I got you. The UN, well, yeah, it's going to be the same rules for everybody. So there'll be special rules for Scotland. But I'm fairly confident they'd get it, they'd be accepted in, wouldn't they? I don't see any reason why they shouldn't. It's just that blinking border. That's the real killer. It's that border. Soon was telling the missus he couldn't eat the toast because the wife bought it. Don't eat the toast, Sunak. No, don't do it. He can't admit where the money come from, couldn't he? Border Scotland and England, can you imagine that? I just... I think I'd be there. I'll be there. Yeah. I'll be there in my trowel, my Marshalltown trowel with a leather handle, and I'll be there. I'll be laying the bricks. I'll help. Scotland has been told by the EU that they will get given a favourable alignment status. Possibly. I think it's still good. It's still going to take time in it. I think we have to be honest with ourselves. Unfortunately, everything's going on at the moment. Everyone's suffering, and it's going to go, just dragging everybody down with it. Apparently, according to Joa, he's in Portugal, you see, Joa says, my gene pool is in the European selection. I could fit in almost everywhere or nowhere. Oh, God, I'm American. Oh, dear. I wouldn't mind getting them. It's illegal over here, actually, in France. I don't think you realise this, but you know where you go to, have your DNA, you can send a bit of hair off or something, and they'll check your origins regarding where you're from and stuff like that, your heritage, your DNA heritage. And for me, I know I've got Indian blood in me. I'd be very surprised if it isn't, because I know I have. And obviously, I say obviously also obviously British, because you know I stem back from Robert Kett, Kett's Rebellion, 1549 it was. Oh, I remember it well. Quite cool though. In Norfolk, held in Wyndham, there's a festival of the Kett's Festival, and it's usually every 10 years, I remember rightly. So every decade. It's really good festival. Everyone dresses up and stuff. I haven't been. I've since been in France, mind, but it's a really, really good do. Robert Kett, he basically he held Norwich for about 30 odd days, but it was German mercenaries. You pesky Germans, you got him out. You did. German mercenaries paid for by the crown to get him out, because he basically held Norwich within the walls of Norwich, and this was to do with borders. Seriously. Taxation on borders. So if you had like fences and stuff like barriers, taxing barriers, and if you had your fences up, you get taxed on how much and he understood that his peasants, tenant farmers, couldn't afford to pay him if they got to pay these taxes. So he riled them all up into a fury and what have you. He was a bit of a tyrant himself. He was a tanner. Basically, he got people to pick up shit and wee and stuff and dog poo and God to tan the leather. So yeah, and the butchers, his brothers were butchers as well. Anyway, make an example of, once they caught him, they found him in a hollowed out oak tree in Wyndham, which is now full of concrete, got iron straps around it. And they caught him and hung, drawn and quartered him, and hung him outside of Norwich Castle, apparently. So made an example for him, and obviously took all his lands. If it wasn't for that, I might have been a very wealthy man. Because he pretty much owned, a massive area of Norfolk. He was a massive landowner. Well, they were then, weren't they, 1549, Kett's Rebellion. Here's another Brexit opportunity. We can build gunboats again. Oh, lovely. We might need them. Will they have the engines from Italy? No, because Italy was supplying the engines for the gunboats during World War II, even though part of the Axis group and all that. There was outside a place called River Green in Norwich. There was an old gunboat, and Colonel Ashby lived on that gunboat. He was a colonel. And it was one of the boats. It was the boat he served on. He bought the boat from the Ministry of Defence. Engines taken out, made it to a houseboat. And he lived on River Green with his houseboat. Basically, it's an island just opposite River Green. Thorpe. And yeah, we lived there for several years. Run the boatyard, Hearts Cruises as well. I say a lovely old guy. He's the salt of the earth type. He would be the kind of person though who would have voted Brexit. I'm sure of it. Anyway, he's gone now. But yeah, this old boat that's slapstrake pine. Well, I say Douglas fir. It's, yeah, slapstrakes. Basically, it's quite thick wooden hull, double boarded like that. Yeah. Problem with it is it rots very, very quickly. It was only built for the war, you see. So yeah, it sat there and the bottom rotted out of this boat. It's a big old thing. Anyway, they used to have these Italian engines. Oh, and they've hit the found out. Oh, dear. Oh, come back. This is getting annoying. Come back. The bear's repeating on me. Oh, we're back. We like to put our fingerprints on everything. Really? Oh, damn it, this is annoying. Come back. I might be better off getting the live chat on the phone. Although I'm not going to be here for much longer because I need to speak to the missus after I cut her off earlier. Someone parked the van in line and sight up to the 4G mast. How dare they? You going to ask them to move, Lee? Well, it's a girl. I don't what? Oh, do you know what? Oh, I've been married so long now. This is getting annoying now. Come back. I'm going to bring up the chat on here. That might make more sense. Oh, it's on the wrong one. No, it's not. It's the right one. Stupid picture of me. Oh, there we go. Come back. Stupid picture of me. Well, that's quick. Stop. Live chat. Hey, that might be better. Oh, mate, Max's biggest fan. Cheers, buddy. Oh, most kind that you are. Oh, where's my pencil? So, okay. Nigel just parked outside with an interferer. Was it Nigel Farage? Was it parked outside Lee Corn's place? Oh, my 4G mast. Sorry. Did they go a bit loopy, did it? Oh, sorry. I do apologise. Hi everyone. Bonsoir, Marcus, he says. Oh, bonsoir to you. Bonsoir, Evu. That was a pixelated Marcus. Oh, that's unusual. Usually quite good. But we've got a new internet coming. I got my new box that was delivered a couple of days ago. Just looks like any older other router box. The only thing it did say it was supposed to come with a repeater, but it didn't. There wasn't one there, so I'll have to ask about that. I don't really need it. I've got like a dozen repeaters around here as well. I've got Mimo thing as well. So, when it's a girl, I don't mind, says Ginger. Someone parked the van outside in line in sight of your 4G air mast. Well, Lee Corn see my 4G mast, he has. Yeah, the visit. He come and visit me. He was very kind, very nice. And he brought me bear. Ain't that bear though? That's all gone, that bear's. Oh, did I go all impressionistic, did I? Oh dear. Is it okay now? Oh my god, is it still... What's going on there? Oh, there you go. Come back. Yeah, that's got a bit loopy, isn't it? Well, that's quick. Stop. My chat. Hey, that might be better. Oh, mate, I'm Max's biggest fan. Cheers, buddy. Right, it's gone... Nice you aren't wrong. How do I look at that? How do I deal with that one? It's all gone a bit loopy. Okay. Nigel just parked outside with an interferer. Was it Nigel Farage? Was it parked outside? Yeah, it's still a bit loopy, isn't it? Oh, my fault. Number 3 says echoes of Ginger Island. Did it go a bit loopy, did it? Oh, sorry. I do apologise. It still is a bit loopy, unfortunately. Hi, everyone. Bonsoir, Marcus, he says. Bonsoir. There's a bit of a delay here. Bonsoir, Evu. Oh. The pixelation will freak you out. Hopefully that'll sort itself out. I don't know. How can I deal with that? What's that one? Oh, that's effects. That's that. What's that one there? It's that button. No, I don't want to do that. D. How can I do... No. That one's chat. What's that one? Oh no, I don't want that. It's all weird stuff. Let's get rid of that one. Oh, I don't give you any options. That's my internet gone really slow. That's what it appears to anyway. Sorry about that. I do apologise. I'm gonna probably call it render. Hold on, buddy. I've got nothing else in there that I can use to sort out the stream. Turn it off and on. Well, I'm gonna call it in a minute anyway. But I'm going live tomorrow night. Remember, as well. So I just thought I'd let people know. Is there anything I can do on here? Oh, maybe. Oh. Let's go into live. Oh, no. Oh, existing stream. No. Don't want that. No. Nothing's helping me. If I had my computer on, I better sort it. So what time tomorrow night, says Lee Corn? I'm going live, it'll be 7 PM BST, so it's 8 PM my time. Make a jig for it, says... I make jigs for everything. Jump up and down and it won't fix it up. Did that help? Probably not. No, it's still crap. Well, I'm gonna call it. So it's yeah, 8 PM. Oh, blimey, here we go again. Oh, it's all Blair Witch. I might leave it at that. Yeah, let's leave it like that for the minute. Well, oh, hello. Maybe not. So I'm going to call it anyway because it's all going to be crap regarding the quality of the stream. So yeah, Sunday stream. I'm going to be drawing, but I'll leave it to nearer the time. Tell you what, well, actually on the time. I'll tell you on the time. Oh, is it fixed? Yeah, I'm going to... It's all fine now. Oh, okay, Lee. I'll have a job. It was just a glitch. It was a glitch. That's better now. Good. Lovely jubbly. Yeah, so what I'm going to do is tomorrow night, I'm going to start at 7 PM BST time. I've got an idea of what I'm doing. I've actually... to give me an idea of my perspectives and stuff, I've stuck a load of images kind of together. There's a bit of a mutation of a particular politician in... Yeah. in an interesting kind of set. And it's a film set. Oh, I wonder what film it's going to be with this particular politician. I'm not going to tell you what it is until tomorrow. That'd be a different one to know, wouldn't it? So you can guess if you like. So it must be the Matrix. Oh, by the way, in case you didn't know, Andrew Tate is still inside. Thank God for that. So he did the appeal, you see, so he wanted to get released, but he's still inside. So hopefully they get enough on him and they keep him there. Oh, it looks better here now as well. It's a bit overexposed. So yeah, okay then, we're going to call it, and I'll see you tomorrow, I hope. That might be interesting, might be a bit of fun. We'll see. But we'll be talking about stuff as well while I'm doing it. So I've got to kind of multitask. It's going to be disastrous, isn't it? Probably. Anyway, it'll be fun anyway. So thanks all for joining us tonight, and thanks to those who contributed. I'm just watching myself on the replay down here, and I've got all dark now. I've got all Blair Witch. That's funny. Oh, okay, ta-ta. See you tomorrow. And thanks again for joining us.